I'm going to give Ramit Sethi some credit again because I give him lots of credit for lots of things. But one of the things he talked about was even before you're engaged, planning for the fact that you will get married at some point. We decided pretty quickly to get married and give it a go, and really without totally saving up for it. So something Ramit talks about was, okay, so the average American, he was looking at Americans, well, you may not all be Americans, but he was saying the average male gets married at 28, the average female gets married at 26. So if you are 20, you can look at the average cost for a wedding, which in the United States, I believe he said was about $28,000 a few years ago, which is a lot. The fact of the matter is now, especially post-recession, is that a lot of our parents are kind of in the baby boomer generation. They may have taken a hit to their retirement accounts during the recession, especially if they withdrew some out of fear. And they're also living way longer than people used to. And chances are our parents, especially if they are close to retirement or in retirement, may not really be able to help us in the way that past generations have helped people get married. So it just got me thinking about things like if you want to get married and want to have a certain kind of wedding, a certain level, a certain location, a certain destination wedding, things like that, it's really good to think about it ahead of time as opposed to doing it a bit more spur of the moment. I mean, weddings rarely happen truly spur of the moment unless you're in Vegas, say, but you know, without saving up, if you're going to be spending $10,000, $20,000, that's a lot of money. I mean, the alternative use for that kind of money really is a down payment on a house or you know, significant contributions to retirement funds, things that could have much longer term consequences, positive consequences. Some of the money spent on a big fancy wedding might honestly do better to go into retirement funds split between both people. And honestly, as much as I hate to admit it, coming from a beautiful wedding of my little brother's yesterday, prenuptials are becoming more and more important, I think. And I think that today's women who earn money and take time out of the workforce to care for children, I think it's more important than ever, really, to have some sort of arrangement ahead of time as to if I'm taking time out of my career, if I'm taking earning potential out of myself over the years to care for our children, what's going to happen in the case of a divorce. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but for an article I wrote recently, I looked at current alimony settlements, and there are almost no long-term alimony settlements awarded anymore. Usually it's closer to 3 to 5 years that women get alimony. It might be nice to have a more modest ceremony and start putting money aside for joint ventures like the home, the retirement accounts. And I do think it's so important for women from the start to always have your own retirement account. And as happily married as you may be, there should be some account that is just yours. You know, traditionally, throughout history, men have had accounts that women didn't have access to. It's okay for you to have your own account too, and especially in case something happened to your husband or partner in terms of being disabled or you being widowed, you need to have some money that you can access immediately, but particularly if there is a divorce case. There should always be some money that is just yours. A lot of us don't save up for having children. We all know that having children is expensive. We all know that the medical bills can be significant. No one plans on having kids in the NICU and having to stay in the hospital for weeks at a time when you have a baby. But I do think, again, the more you can prepare for that, the more you can set aside for taking time off work, both the father and the mother, at the time of having the baby. Just the more leeway you have, the more security, and the smoother things go and the happier things can be. I think a lot of times people think, oh, there's never the right time to have kids, and there's never, you know, if you wait for the perfect time, it's never going to happen. But I do also think it is good to have some savings in place so that you have more options. And that's really what I think about finances overall, especially for women, is it is like an insurance policy in a way. The more that you have to make you feel secure, the more you're able to take the risks in life that you want to, while not feeling like you're endangering yourself or your family or your children. You know, I feel like the more you do have set aside for different things, the more you can really enjoy life without worrying about it all the time.